Okay. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting, the meeting of September 8th, 2022 of the Northeast Regional Representatives, Northeast Regional Affiliate Presidents to order. I think I got this agenda from our dear friend, Miss Velma, and I guess she used to start off with a meditation or prayer. I don't know if anybody here would like to pray, or I'll offer that to anyone that's here. Otherwise, I'll say a quick prayer to get us started. All right, so I'll go for it. Okay, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Lord, thank you for another school year. Thank you for the opportunity to be a blessing to millions of educators around this country and millions of students, Lord. Thank you for all the blessings you bestowed upon us. Lord, keep us and hold us this school year as everything is in your hands, Lord. Continue to bless the Northeast region and all of those that are involved in the Northeast region and all of our new members to the Northeast region. Lord, thank you for all the blessings you bestow upon us each and every day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of the new folks here. And, I guess you all can see one of our new folks is Dr. Ayana Briscoe. No, just Mrs. Ayana Briscoe. Hi, Ayana.
Yes. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So
Glad to be here.
Ayana checks off two of our categories here. She's a new president, and she's a new president of a new affiliate here in Prince George's County, Maryland. And we're very, very excited that Ayana has gotten the affiliate off the ground and is doing important and great things here in Prince George's County. And she'll be joining us, or actually will be presenting the Prince George's County affiliate at the national conference in December. So we're very, very excited to have Ayana join us as a new affiliate and a new president to the Northeast region. Congratulations, Ayana. Do you want to say a few words to and introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Anthony. Yes, my name is Ayana Briscoe. When God puts something on your heart for years and years and years, he knows when to move. And it was this year that he said, move, because for many years, I was trying to join an affiliate in PG County, and I guess it never got off the ground or whatever. I don't know the true history behind it, but I had been trying for almost about 12 years that I ended up joining the Montgomery County affiliate, McCapsey, for a couple of years before the drive got too much for me to go back and forth to the meetings from PG County, and where they were way up at the top of Montgomery County. But I'm excited. I had been talking about it with some people, and I just thank God that he's put the right people in location next to me, beside me, to get it off the ground. My first letter went out on March 27th to a couple of folks. We had our first meeting less than a month after that. And then, so I had a list of about 9 people, and 4, 5, 6 of us came together and kept it moving. We're now up to about 38 members. And we had a meet and greet 2 Tuesdays ago, and we had about 20 people sign in, and Anthony was there and came on in. And so we are still moving, and we're just excited. Everybody's around. We got the executive board. We've got some things coming up that we're excited about and hope to have up and running and ready to go in another month or so, like our website and some social media accounts and things like that.
All right.
So excited to be here. Thank you.
Hey, fantastic. And I'll have Adrian and Norma introduce themselves to you as well. Let's start off with Adrian.
Good evening. My name is Adrienne Quinn. I'm the Vice President of WABC, the Westchester Alliance of Black School Educators. We're just outside of New York City, so Westchester, but I live in New Rochelle. And good to see everybody.
Yeah. All right, welcome Adrian and Miss Cherry, Norma. Make sure you unmute yourself.
Hello, my name is Norma Cherry. I'm Vice President of the Greater New England Alliance of Black School Educators, and I've been wanting to meet with you, Mrs. Quinn. So I've sent you an email. I think we are getting ready to have our fall conference, October 1st. And I sent the Westchester County a flyer. So, but we invite everyone to our conference, and I have to get the emails to send it to. And I'm excited to be here.
Right.
Our president should join us soon, shortly.
Anthony, can I ask the ladies,
Yeah.
how long has their chapters been in existence? It's funny, New England, I'm from Newport, Rhode Island, born and raised. So if you were in the greater New England, I lived there for years before I left. And then I went to New York, Long Island. So I'm just concerned. I worked in Manhattan for years. So I'm just, before coming to Prince George's County, just wondering how long you've been in existence.
Into the 2000s.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I have no idea.
And I had no idea, but I went online and I found out that there was one in Westchester County. Yeah, we had to get together and do some things.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, we took the summer off and now we're all back in the saddle, as it were.
Well, and I know I got communication from, I believe his name is Charles, in Buffalo. And let me see if I can find his communication, but he was not able, a couple folks were not able to join tonight. But Charles Brandy from Buffalo, he reported that he was not able to come tonight because a former president of his affiliate passed away on 2 days ago, actually, on the 6th. And I'm gonna see if I can find her name. But he sent me some information that said, hey, I won't be able to come tonight, but this is, we have heavy hearts there. So I wanted to recognize her this evening as well here on our call. And forgive me, you may know, some of you guys may know her. I did not have the good fortune of meeting her, but he sent that out to me, was it yesterday or this morning, that he wouldn't be able to make it. I'm going to make sure I get her name correctly for the record. And I sent that information on to Dr. King and Mr. Atiba, in reference to just making sure that the folks at the national office also were aware of her passing. And just 1 second, let me see if I can pull up my email. It's hard to do two things here one time because I'm trying to get it on my phone. 1 second so I can make sure I properly recognize her. Her name was, they said they're working on a proclamation for the Celebration of Life program. And her name was Dr. Teresa Harris Tigg. Dr. Teresa Harris Tigg from up in Buffalo. And so she passed away on Tuesday, September 6th. I'm not certain if you, Adrian, or you, Norma, knew Dr. Harris Tigg, but she was a past president up in Buffalo, APSI, I believe. And so I just want to give a moment of silence to just recognize the hard works that she had over her career. And then I'll ask Mr. Brandy if he can send some information out to our collective, just in case there's some folks who knew her and worked alongside her. So just take a quick moment of silence to recognize Ms. Harris Tigg. Wow. So yeah, this work is is, always goes on and on and on, but, we have to take time to remember those who came before us and who've done the great works of supporting all students, but in particular, students of African descent. So we value and honor Dr. Teresa Harris Tigg for all of her work in the organization. And again, I sent that information out to the national president, so she may be recognized in the most appropriate way nationally. And I just want to make sure I give everybody an opportunity. If anybody knew Dr. Tigg, if you wanted to say a few words, otherwise I'll move on. Okay, so we don't have any old business. We're going to start off with the new business, and some of this was sent out in the information that I sent to you all back in August. Particularly in regards to the upcoming national conference. And a lot of this is some information that I guess as a national board, we want to get more tight with who is in or who is an affiliate or an affiliation with the national organization through the local affiliates. So the first thing I would like for everyone to do is, I would say probably as soon as you can, but probably no later than the end of this month, September, to send me an updated membership roster. Names and emails would suffice of your membership. You can send it to my email address that's on the screen, apharris@fcps.edu. And of course, again, this is going to be recorded, so I'll send this out to you all. But we definitely need to know how many members across the country that we have in the national organization. And this is the best way that we have to kind of gather the information. So all of the regional representatives will be reaching out to their local affiliates, presidents to get this information. So just if you have an updated roster, just email me that, even if it's last year's roster, because I know right now some of you all may be doing some membership drives and recruiting more members. And so you may not have the most up-to-date membership roster, but whatever you have, send it to me so I have it. Hi, Ayana. Question.
Just a question about how do you want that list? I know mine is like, do you want to know if they're retirees or sponsors or individual members or just members' names?
Yeah, I will take what you have. So if you have that level of detail, I will take that. But I think at this point, probably names and email addresses.
Oh,
for those folks who don't have that level of detail will suffice for me.
Do you want me to just share my whole member document?
Yeah, if you have like an Excel
Yeah, it's got a lot of detail in it. So
yeah, if you have that, then what I'll do is I'll forward that information on to Dr. Atiba at the national office, so he knows who. So we basically can have an idea of how many actual members we have in NAPSI. Not everybody that joins a local affiliate joins the national branch.
we have about 15.
Yeah. So I wonder how many folks. I would have to double check and see how many folks, because I don't know if we keep track to see how many folks in our local affiliate actually join national. But it would be great to know, even though everybody didn't join the national affiliate, how many folks we actually have around the country. So yeah, any information that you have, please send it over to me. And if you have the level of specificity about individual versus corporate versus retiree versus student versus parent or community member, I will take that information. But otherwise, names and email addresses will suffice. And I saw Dr. Mosley, Sean Mosley has just joined us. How are you, Sean?
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
I'm well. My apologies. At the outset, I had not had the settings correct. So some folks, when they tried to join, it wouldn't allow you to get in. So my apologies. I was able to update those settings. So I'm happy that you're able to join us and still hanging out. I know this is Thursday night football, so
it's the kickoff Thursday, but I'm here.
Thank
I
you, sir.
represent.
Thank you, sir. So if you don't mind, we introduced ourselves. So if you don't mind introducing yourself, we have a new affiliate president, new affiliate in Prince George's County. Ayanna Briscoe is here. So if you don't mind, introduce yourself to, so Ayanna knows who you are.
Yes, good evening, everybody. My name is Sean Mosley. I'm currently a school administrator in Waterbury, Connecticut, and I'm currently the sitting president of the Greater New England Alliance of Black School Educators, better known as GNAPSE. And I'm joined by our illustrious vice president and also our conference chair, Ms. Norma Cherry, who is with us as well. I'm always glad to be in the house with you all, and looking forward to what's to come for this year.
I love it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And we're just going to get started with a couple things, kind of house cleaning things, some things that I sent out from my email in August. It's where everybody's certainly happy to be back on board, back here for a new school year. So thanks again for joining us, even on a Thursday night. I'm like, my hands are itching, trying not to touch the remote so I can look at that football game. So the first things first, we just want to get an updated membership roster. And we were just saying that can be as simple as name and email addresses. What I'll do is I'll take that information. If you can email me using the email address that's on the screen, email me your updated membership roster. That can be as recent as last year's rosters, because I mentioned before that let somebody else in, mentioned before that you may be in the middle of membership drive, so understanding that if you're in the middle of a membership drive, that you may not have a finalized membership roster. But if you want to use your roster, including up until July of this past school year, to give me that updated roster so we can give the national office an accurate accounting of all of those who are in membership across the country, and then certainly in the Northeast region. In addition, I've also included here, if you can send an updated list of your executive board, the names and their role, and I've included here a hyperlink for you all to input that information. I'm going to put it in the chat here just in case. I want to make sure that everybody can access it while I'm here, and if there needs to be any changes to the access, I can do that here at the meeting. Sometime in here at the end of the meeting, I can change the access code or access settings. So similar to what we did last year. And so you can fill out as much information as possible, but certainly trying to have an updated list of all of your executive boards at the local affiliate level. The next couple bullet points are surrounding what I will need from every affiliate president or group thereof to recognize the accomplishments that you all are doing at the national conference. And so this year is going to be a special kind of presentation, in that at the affiliate president's meeting, each regional representative is going to present like a compilation of all the affiliates' work in their region. And so there's going to be a book, kind of a handbook that's going to be put together. And so as much information that you can share about your accomplishments, not during the last school year or the last 2 years, you can include things like flyers, videos, PDFs, photos, whatever you want to highlight. Please make sure you submit that by I would say by the end of October. I'm going to put that in here. So for those folks who are not here, October 30th, I think if I have to adjust that date, I will. Because we have to get that information, turn it around, and put it in sort of like a booklet. We want everybody to kind of walk away with a booklet full of the accomplishments that have been happening in NAPSE through the local affiliates. And then we also, because this is the 50th anniversary, we want to highlight the history of your affiliate as well. So in your slide deck, I think the easiest way to kind of submit that information to me is through a slide deck. And like I said, in the slide deck, you can have all of those things, videos, PDFs, photos, slides, whatever you want to share that you want to highlight. And then we also we want you to include any artifacts from your affiliate's history. Like right now, Ayana's just getting started. So she's going to have her charter members. She's going to have the first, she's the first president. And so anything like the first meeting minutes, she can include those. The first time she kind of, her first marketing activities, some of the things that she's doing right now, all of those things will be included as separate slides in that slide deck. If she's met with the superintendent, which I think she has already, if she either has already or intends to meet with the superintendent, things like that, whatever you like that you want to have highlighted for the record, please submit that. And so what I will do is, once I get everybody's slide deck, what I'll do is I'll probably call as much information, do some high level culling, and put together 2 or 3 slides, and I'll present that information that represent the Northeast region at the conference. So again, a slide deck. You can probably have your recording secretary or historian, if you have those folks, to put this together, include as much information of your current accomplishments, but also include as much information as you can concerning your affiliate's history. And so I can have that to present. Again, it'll be sort of like it'll be 2 or 3 different things. It'll be like a running slideshow of everybody's accomplishments. That'll be played during the affiliates night. During the affiliates meeting, each regional representative will take high level information from all of what you submitted and present that. And then also there'll be a booklet that's made. And so as much information that you can, don't feel shy. If you want to have one that has 20 slides, 30 slides, 100 slides, get as much information that you want as possible, because we want to make sure that we're able to capture the work of the affiliates at the 50th anniversary conference. So please, if you have questions about that, just let me know. But you can do a slide deck. You can send it to me in Google Slides. My email address, I'll put this here too, for my Google is apharrisg@gmail.com, because with Google, you can share stuff, large amounts of data easily through Google. So please make sure you submit that information as well. And that is by October 30th. Okay. The national office also wants everybody to consider writing an article for JAPC, and there's a link provided here. I'm going to send this, again, the recording and this agenda out to y'all, the live link, so you can have it for your leisure. Some of you guys may have already started some of this because we sent it out in August, but I know how things can be in the summertime, so I just want to reiterate this so it's fresh in your mind. You can write an article for the Journal of the Black School Educators. There's a link there with information on how to submit your article. Maybe you've done some things with social emotional learning. You've had conferences. Some of you all have made presentations at the state and local levels to your congressmen and state representatives. All those things you should write about and have that kind of codified for posterity's sake. So take time to write an article for JAPC, and then again, there's information on how to submit that here. We want to continue to have you guys sign up for the national conference and the Black Tie Gala. Obviously, right now, they've actually increased the number of nights on Friday and Saturday. So if you haven't registered already, you weren't able to get a Friday night or Saturday night room reservation, they opened that another block up. But I've been told that, they anticipate those selling out very, very quickly. Right now, we're ahead of the number of folks who are registered historically. And so, now that folks are back in school, the next month or so is going to be like a fever pitch to get in and to, start registering and then getting those hotel rooms. If you haven't been up here recently, the schedule is up. And you can see, I believe it's on the 2nd, on Friday the 2nd is where I was saying that you guys will be expected as affiliate presidents. There's going to be affiliate presidents meeting. There's going to be a session for the affiliates presidents to meet with the national president with Dr. King and Dr. Goffney. And so again, like, what am I going to get for this conference? It's already up on the website, ready to go. So make sure you get up there and again, with your local affiliates, push the conference and make sure folks signed up. And depending on your jurisdiction, you can use your ESSER funds to pay for the registration. Here locally where I am, we were able to register using ESSER funds. However, for the hotels or anything like that, you had to use your local school funds for that. So just FYI when it comes to, the distinction there. And yep, again, rooms were added. They were added yesterday. So again, register soon. Okay. They're always looking for volunteers for the conference. So if you have folks that want to volunteer while at the conference, please have them email Yamisha Mosley, and I provided her contact information here to let her know that they're interested in volunteering at the conference. It's always good to have folks, especially since we're in the Northeast region. It'd be great to have a good contingency of folks in the Northeast volunteering to help out at the conference. Sometimes when if you've been to multiple conferences, sometimes the folks who are local kind of bear the brunt of, kind of the logistics. So if you have anybody that wants to volunteer, make sure you pass along Yamisha's information. Next up is our meeting dates and times. Again, we'll meet the 2nd Thursday of each month from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I've taken the liberties. I've sent out multiple invites. So you'll see that for each month, an invite has already been sent out up through, I believe, January. So hopefully, it'll be a placeholder for you. And I think for some of them, I've even added the links for Zoom in there as well. So I just have to remember to go back in and make sure that the access is and the settings are appropriate, so there's no hiccups like we had tonight. Okay. Next up, what I'll do is I like to open it up for affiliate presidents reports. And I see, hi, Dr. Connolly, how are you? I thought I saw you walking around. I don't know if you're at a
Yeah, I'm
game.
sorry, I'm in transition. I am well. Good to be here. Thanks for hosting this meeting.
Not a problem. Well, we're recording, and I thought I saw you walking around, so I said I just want to say hello. All right, so yeah, which if you want to kind of give a report, I'll take some notes here. I'll open it up to the group. If anybody wants to start, let's see. Well, I'll call. How about we start off with Brother Mosley there? How about you, sir?
Hey, good evening again. So we are revving up to start up our business year, and our official kickoff will be our conference. And I want to invite all of you to our conference. It will be virtual again. The theme will be hot topics in education. Again, Ms. Norma Cherry is our conference chair, so I'll allow her to speak more in depth about what we're offering at the conference.
All right, Ms. Cherry.
And she's done a wonderful
Yes.
job. She and her team have done a wonderful
Well,
job.
we have a wonderful committee, an excellent committee. Some of the hot topics are teacher shortage, getting back to COVID, how students have, what teachers can do to help students get over the COVID, as well as mental. We have a session on mental illness with students and parent engagement. Those are some of the topics. Plus, we're recognizing our scholarship recipients. We have 2 students who are in college. We give scholarships to students who are already in college and have been accepted into education programs. So we know that they are already in the program. So we have 2 students who we're giving scholarships to, and they too will be, we're recognizing them on the conference. And our U.S. Commission of Education, Dr. Cadona, is going to be, he's coming. He's not going to be in person, but he's sending a recorded message to the group.
Oh, very nice. Oh, Dr. Cardona?
Yes. Dr. Yeah, Miguel McComb. He's from Connecticut.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So that's about it. And I did send WAPSI an invitation. I didn't have all the other affiliates, but I can send those to you also. But I did send one to the Westchester County.
Yeah, if you reply all to the emails that I sent out, that'll go to all the affiliate presidents.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sean. You want to wrap it up, or?
Yeah, I'll just say we're looking forward to having a great year. I think that one of the things that our group has been talking about, and we can also field some feedback and some ideas from other affiliates, but we have been meeting virtually for the past 2 years for obvious reasons. And we're looking to transition to meeting in person again. And, you know, I know that a lot of organizations have been sort of going through that transition process, but you know, I think it's important for us to sort of get back in person. So, you know, any sort of advice or any sort of tips that you all have with that in trying to get members and, well, attracting members, but also, you know, allowing them to feel comfortable with coming back in person, please let us know. And we're also looking to, again, support our teachers who are out in the field, educators that are out in the field and looking for some innovative ways. I find that Connecticut, we have a lot of innovative things going on, but we still have a lot of vestiges of old school thinking in terms of how districts operate. So again, any ideas, any thoughts, any questions or suggestions? And I want to thank Mr. Harris for attending one of our meetings this year. And we also had Dr. King, who attended one of our meetings as well. So we've got a lot of support from the region and national, and we're just looking to build on that moving forward.
Thank you, sir. You know what? Actually, now that you guys, because I think if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, I think when I first kind of joined on, it was a desire to have a regional conference. And, you know, I'm loath to, make more work, but I wonder, since you guys already have sort of like a template, because I think this is your second one, right? Your second virtual conference or third?
No, well, no, this is not our second conference. We have had conferences ever since the organization has been in existence for over 20 years, but we've been operating virtually exclusively for the past 2 years. So this will be our second full virtual conference. We actually had a meet and greet 2 Decembers ago. We had a meet and greet where we actually had all of the superintendents of color in the state of Connecticut. And that was historic because we've never had that before. We had them all or represent their representatives to be able to speak to our group. So in talking about a regional conference, I think that would be a great idea. And I'm sure that our membership would be interested in maybe at some point taking the lead in facilitating that and maybe using our conference as I don't know, a starting point, but we're definitely interested in hearing more about that.
Yeah, I think, my apologies. Yeah, I think, since you guys are used to doing conferences and now you have a template for making sure it still continues on virtually, I think it might make the most sense, if you already have your conference committee, if we kind of take that conference, the workshop you've done and expand it to allow, folks from the whole Northeast to maybe present on some topics as well. Because you guys are already kind of, instead of just making up, having a committee of everybody here. And I think we just kind of, jump in with you guys next time you want to have it and then make it a whole Northeast thing. That's my thoughts, but I don't know how, logistically if it worked, but it seems like if you guys already have, some stuff going, to kind of piggyback on what you all are doing. Obviously, if once we have more folks on, we can have a larger discussion about that. But I think it's probably time to just go ahead and just do it, because I know we've been talking about it for the last couple of years and I haven't really moved on it. So maybe if we can kind of utilize your expertise and kind of your network already, and I mean, you're able to get in Dr. Cardona, so you guys already have things kind of down pat. So I think we can use that.
Well, I'll say this: we'd be happy to share our expertise if National is happy, just as happy to share its resources, aka money. So let's definitely talk further and collaborate. I'm sure there's an interest, but obviously resources and time and energy are all sort of things that we have to consider, but let's talk further.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you, sir. All right, so that was Brother Mosley. Okay, of course, all right, who wants to go next? Anybody else has anything they would like to share?
Well, I'll share. It's, as a new affiliate, I don't know how much I'm having to share because it's just trying to get the affiliate up and running, and it's a lot of work and a lot of coordination of many pieces. So I'm glad to say that we do have an executive board. I'm glad to say that we do have approximately 34 members. About almost half, I think, paid the national dues. And I know the entire executive board is going to the conference, as well as the Black Tie Affair. And I think one is not going to the Black Tie Affair. As I said, we are underway of getting our website up and running. We're hoping to do that in another 2 weeks, as well as some of our social media. We've come up with some conferences that committees, which have had great response to, like our branding committee. We have things like just trying to get really the name out. So that's why we have a social branding communication committee. We have scholarship committee, fundraising committee, things like that. So we're working very hard to organize that. Our first general membership meeting is going to be October, and I can't think of the date right now. We put that on the calendar. We do have meetings. The executive board does meet once a month in a closed session, and we have an open session for those committee chairs once a month. So yeah, so we meet like twice a month. And I guess we're just following the lead as we've scheduled one general membership meeting per quarter. Our goal right now is to really push membership so we can have funds, because when you look at things, they cost. As Sean was talking about costs, and we're nowhere near putting on a major conference of any sort. So that's what we're looking at. And hopefully, and I'll be talking with Anthony about next steps after that, because we really want to start focusing. Oh, I didn't mention, we did establish our big priorities, which mirror the Prince George's County Public Schools CEO. And that's where our focus is. And I think Ms. Cherry mentioned, or Ms. Connolly mentioned something about, social emotional, basically parents' transformation of, teachers. We're looking for more teachers. How do we keep them, when they're in? And so we're looking at things like that. And I think that's about where we are at the present. So.
Yay, well, I'll give you a round of applause. Thank you so much, Ayana. For those of you guys who know, may not know, it's a lot of heavy lifting to start an affiliate from scratch. And she reached out to me probably like 7 or 8 months ago. I can't remember when. And said, hey, how do I do this? And I said, hey, just do it. And she took it and ran with it.
Sure did.
She called every once in a while. She might call up and say, hey, what about this? What about that? But I'm very, very proud of the work she's done in such a short period of time to get an affiliate up and running in Prince George's County, Maryland. And so it definitely speaks to persistence. And if you want something done, it can be done. And so, like you said, it took some time to get it done, but now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. So congratulations again, Ayana. And see, Dr. Connolly, I know you're in transition. Did you want to speak to?
Yeah, hats off to Andrea. We just launched in March. We had a wonderful launch. It took us some time to get our affiliates together, but we had a lot of help from the national office and regional offices. We're so grateful. We actually were able to pull off a mental health day for Black Mental Health Month. And also we were able to have our award ceremony, and Congressman Bowman and Chancellor Young were part of that. So we're super excited. We decided, we're in Rockland, we only have 8 school districts, and they're not predominantly Black by any stretch of the imagination, nor is their teaching staff. So we decided to start small. So we only have 3 committees. One is membership, one is mental health, and one is community engagement. And what we decided to do is to build on a committee every year. So we'll start the committee, we'll do well, we'll build it up, and then we'll, instead of taking on too much at once, we'll build a committee. We're also partnering with, we have 2 local NAACP chapters there to kind of get the word out and get some work done. We're going to present at the NIAC NAACP, I think next week. And so NIAC, where I work, is a very diverse community. The rest of the county is what I say where every New York City police officer and firefighter lives. But we're making strides, and we're super excited. So yeah, thank you. And special thanks to WAPC, who really helped us out in the beginning. We didn't know what we were doing.
All right. Yeah, you got to always tell me, you got to use your resources. So thank you, WAPC, for helping out. All right. Let's see. I think Adrian is here from WAPC, right?
Hi, yes, I am. You guys are blowing me away right now. This month, we're just concentrating on getting our scholarship checks out. We present students with $1,000 scholarships. We offer scholarships to students who complete the application, but we have a heavy emphasis on trying to find a student who normally would not be invited to attend an award ceremony. They're more the C students rather than, your high flyers, just to make sure that students of color can attend these award ceremonies. So we ask them to give us their registration info, just show us that they're registered in college, and then we send the check to them. So we're getting those out. The other thing is Candace Penn, our president, has been will be honored by the local NAACP. And that award dinner will be next month. And we are just about to get rolling with our welcome back gathering, mixer, whatever you'd like to call it. We just put out an all points bulletin. Here's where we're meeting. Come join us. And then we're going to get back to our meetings.
Getting back to regular business. All right, all
Regular
right.
business. Yeah, the summer is now kind of over.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I'm no longer the president of the Fairfax Alliance of Black School Educators. So, we have a new president. Her name is Dr. Celinda Banks, and she's going to do a wonderful job getting continue on the work. And so I will allow her to kind of give her update the next time we have a meeting. But we're very, very excited about the work we're doing in Fairfax County as well. So I'll leave that to Dr. Banks so she can report out. So we have a whole new board, a lot of great energy here in Fairfax County Public Schools. And then for those of you who don't know, what I do is I'll take this information and I'll put it in what we call, that we have to give a report every month as regional reps on the national board. So I'll be sharing what you guys have relayed here to all of those on the national board, kind of document your work that you're doing. So please know that that information will be shared. And so kind of to wrap up tonight, if anybody, I will do like a round table. This is your opportunity to say, hey, Anthony, can you tell the board X, Y, or Z? Or I have a concern or I have a question, and I can take those questions back to the national board to see if I can find an answer to those and send it out to you as well. So I'll start off with a round table. If you have any questions, if you just want to say, hey, you want to say, are you ready for football? Whatever you like to say before we adjourn for the evening. So I'll start off with Adrian.
Thank you. No questions.
All right, Ayana.
No, I do have a question for you. I guess Anthony may not necessarily national board, because I heard someone mention that they invited like the congressman and NAACP. And I was just wondering, is it a good idea for me to reach out to those local organizations and like the county exec as just letting them know that we're here and what we're doing?
Yeah,
well.
I would definitely do that. Since now you have your big priorities, I would let them know who was on the executive board, what you've done so far. You met with the
CEO,
goals, so got the CEO, etc. Here are my priorities. You know, if you'd like to have us sit down and talk to you about what we're doing, even to the NAACP, yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Dr. Connolly. I don't know if Dr. Connolly heard me, but I'll come circle back to her. Dr. Cherry.
Yeah, I have a comment. We have several members who were subscribing, what is it? What do you call it? Subscribing for, what you call that membership?
Oh,
Life members, life
Yes,
members.
subscribing life, yes. And they're having problems. They paid the money, but the executive board doesn't have a count of many of them, only the current ones. So they're having problems. What can they do? How can they solve it?
Well, let me do this. I will email Dr. Atiba right now, and with your question, or at least I'll set it up here. Okay.
I can, yeah, I know I was a subscribing life and myself, because it's supposed to be for so many years, like
Right. Mhm.
And I did notify Dr. Atiba, and he changed it for me and went back to my old membership number. So
All right. So
Yeah, they couldn't find her files.
yeah, I think they lost them a while ago.
So what are they gonna do?
All right, so,
Okay.
so the question is, folks are subscribing life members. Who should they contact? Or should I just say, should they contact you?
Contact who?
I'm gonna ask him and make sure that if he wants everybody to start contacting him directly, contact you. So basically, I'll let you know if you just have them reach out to him directly.
Yeah,
Seems like that's what Ayana did.
that's what I did. Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna put his email. I'm gonna put his email in the chat. That way,
Yeah.
he'll definitely know the answer. So I'll copy and paste it. We can just cut out the middle.
Another problem is when we call, there's no one to answer. No one answers the phone.
Yeah, I'm not certain how that works.
It's better by email. He really responds to emails.
Yeah,
not to the phone.
I'll put that in the chat. That's his email. So you can share his email and his Dr. Atiba. Is his name. And just have folks that are in that situation to email him directly and say, hey, explain their situation and he'll take care of it like he did for Ayana.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question from my president with whom I've been communicating while we're doing this. She's asking with the conference, do volunteers get any, do they get to go in free or is there any money associated with that, or it's purely volunteer?
It's volunteers. So yeah, even folks who will be presenting at the conference, they have to pay. You can't even present at the conference without registering for the conference.
Yes, I'm just gonna kind of speak on this because I worked with the volunteer committee last year.
Okay.
And usually what they want is that you should be a NAPSI member. You don't necessarily have to be attending the conference because they need those volunteers. But it's like, if you're going to give an hour, 2 hours, a day or something, they do appreciate that. One of the things they did give back last year was the free or discounted parking. I know they were limited, so I don't know if they're going to do that this time, but that's how it worked last year. But they do take a note that they prefer people to be NAPSI members, to be dues paying members. And that's how they kind of worked it out last year. So I don't know if they've changed that, but there is no money involved. They do feed you though. If you're there for a whole day or half a day, they do feed you. So that's about it. And they may, and they only get a limited number of discounted or free parking spaces. At least they did last year.
Thank you. Well, yeah, maybe reach out to Yamisha and ask those questions and say, hey, I understand this is what happened last year. Can you give me some information about, if folks want to volunteer again? Thank you, Ayana, for that information. Okay, I think we have Brother Mosley.
Yeah, I think that Ms. Cherry had really kind of touched on a lot of things we talked about. I think our biggest questions and concerns pertaining to communication from national and responsive communication. So we do have our members that are getting the emails, but there seems to be a lapse in communication when we reach out on specific issues to get specific responses. And I am aware that I guess headquarters had been changed recently. And maybe that has something to do with it, but I think that, if National is asking for people to subscribe or to pay or commit a certain amount of dollars to being a part of the organization, then there should be some sort of consideration for service in return when people are asking. And the asks to me are not unreasonable. They're not, the asks are not things that you wouldn't ask of any other organization that you're a part of, that you subscribe to. A return phone call, a return email, When you call someone to pick up the phone and say hello, how may I help you? Those are things that are just, 101 in terms of business management. And I think that, it's lacking. It seems to be lacking, and it's obviously not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of any particular individual. But I think that our members, we're at a point where we want things to change, right? And I think that there just needs to be more responsive communication to members and to affiliates. And you're doing a great job. I mean, you send out frequent updates and you communicate and when we reach out. But I think that, when it comes to sort of national level things, our members are not getting the responses that they need. And
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't ask for people to give you the contact information. You won't return a phone call. So totally get that. And I will certainly relay that information at the next national board meeting. So thank you. I appreciate that.
And one other thing, Anthony, membership cards. We don't receive membership cards once we pay.
Okay.
How do we know if we our membership number, if we have to place it on registration forms?
All
And
right.
Anthony, I have, there is a couple of things while we're talking about this. On the website, there's a lot of confusion. People have asked me about the life membership. It says $900 per year, and that's got to be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've sent I sent a couple of emails regarding that to have that changed. That has not happened. And the other thing I'm confused about is that about 4 months ago, when I was looking at how to do the affiliate information, it was a different form and it was more in depth. This affiliate information that's on the website now is a little confusing because it's just asking for name and affiliate, and it's almost like people wanted to go in and say, well, do I pay the affiliate dues on the NAPSI website? It's a little convoluted for some people. So I would like for them to kind of consider looking at that, because the form is really nothing now. And I printed out what the other form was like before we, as I got started, and it mirrors nothing of what that form was. So maybe they were trying to condense it, but it's confusing to people who go to pay dues and then they see affiliate, say $100, and they want to think that that's what they were supposed to pay to be on PCAPSI.
I see. Okay. Okay. All right. Because I think the affiliate is what the affiliate, like if you would have to pay that, you would go there to pay your affiliate due.
Right.
PCAPSI, but people are going there to pay their national dues. I see. I got
right. So, and then, maybe they could just put that somewhere. I don't know, what they think, but the form is also different. It's much shorter than the original one that was there about 5 months ago, 6 months ago. So they've changed that entire structure.
I think I got that question right. So when I remember when I'm at the meeting, I'll have it. I think it basically is. This is probably the most important part. It seems like there's some confusion there. If I can highlight that.
Right. Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Sweet. Okay. Can that be updated? Okay. All righty. And Dr. Connolly, any questions that you may have?
Nope, we're all good over here.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks again. It's now 9:05, and I guess I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn at 9:04.
Second.
All right, so moved. All right, guys, have a fantastic evening. And again, I'll send out the agenda and the recording ASAP. See you next
Thank
month.
you.
Have
Good night.
have a good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a great
Good
evening.
All right, thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.